Well, former President Donald Trump is visiting the southern border today, where Texas Governor Greg Abbott is promising to finish the work that Trump started on the border wall. Trump's visit comes as at least 5 Republican governors are responding to a request from the governors of Arizona and Texas for help securing the border. But now there are questions over what that would look like, how it's being funded, and whether it could harm public safety. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins me for more. Rick, welcome. Thank you for being with us. What do you make of the former president's visit to the border alongside Governor Abbott and the response from other Republican governors?
Well, for starters, it's a remarkable piece of political theater. You have the former president visiting his one signature project alongside a would-be presidential possible candidate in 2024 in Governor Greg Abbott, who is vowing to complete that project using state funds. And as you said, he's put that call out, calling about a border crisis, asking other governors to send people, reinforcements down to the border. So to me, it reinforces one important point, which is that Republicans are continuing to use this issue of the border as a political weapon. It builds on a lot of the things that Trump said and did, and takes it a step further. And I'm interested to see the dynamics between these two men. For Governor Abbott, it's a photo op that a lot of other Republicans would like to see. It's really the first time we're seeing former President Trump out in the field as a former president, as opposed to just a speech. This is an issue that is close to his heart and to his memory, his very long memory, even as he continues to relitigate with false claims the last year's election, out there making sounds about running again alongside a potential candidate.
And Rick, to your point, this comes after Vice President Kamala Harris toured a Border Patrol Command Center in El Paso last week. How is the White House working to draw contrast between the Biden and Trump administrations?
Well, you couldn't contrast the policies any more sharply, and the fact that much of the Biden administration has been about unwinding the border policies, the asylum policies, the detention policies of the Trump administration has been a lot more difficult than any of them anticipated. That's why it's taken so long. And in fact, the Harris trip last week was seen in many corners, including from former President Trump's supporters, as a response to the fact that Trump was about to go, that she felt the pressure to finally go to the border, although a different section of the border, more than 1,000 miles away from where Trump will be in just a few hours. But you can't mistake the dynamics of what it looks like to have Vice President Harris there and now have former President Trump there making entirely different arguments about the realities on the border and the appropriate policies. There really isn't a lot of overlap in terms of the messaging that you're likely to hear today versus last week.
And Rick, while we have you, I want to get your insight on the resolution that the House is expected to pass. We mentioned it at the top of the show, creating a select committee to investigate the January 6th assault on the Capitol. How will that work? And how is that different from the commission that Republicans blocked in the Senate last month?
Janae, if it's approved, you'll have a House members-only committee set up, as opposed to a big bipartisan independent commission, which was the goal that was advanced and then blocked by Senate Republicans a few weeks back. If this committee goes forward, and we expect it to pass, and the question is how many Republicans support it, there will be this select committee. It will be dominated by Democrats, an 8-5 majority. Nancy Pelosi gets to choose 8 members. Republicans get to consult on 5 members. Intriguingly, though, Pelosi has signaled that she is likely to, or considering the possibility of appointing a Republican to that committee among her choices. I'd expect that to be someone along the lines of Liz Cheney or Adam Kinzinger, someone who favored the impeachment of President Trump, or at least feels like he had responsibility for January 6th. So it's not a grand gesture of bipartisanship, but Republicans still have to decide if they're going to play ball. Are they going to support voting for the commission? I think most are going to vote against it. And then are they going to try to name members to this committee at all? There's some talk about more right-wing members being out there as essentially bomb throwers, or also to make other points about security of the Capitol complex that they feel like Democrats might be responsible for. But there's also a school of thought that says they shouldn't even try to staff it up because it's easier to paint it as partisan. So some big choices ahead for Republicans as they decide how they're going to handle January 6th.
I knew you could help us learn more context around that. Rick, thank you so much. ABC News political director Rick Klein. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Renee.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.